These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. And challenging our resident quiz champions today are the Carcassonne Crackers from Staffordshire. Now, this team of friends share a passion for the game of Carcassonne and also enjoy taking part in quizzes. Let's meet them.
Hello, I'm Lynn, I'm 63 and I'm a retired teacher.
Hi, I'm Rich, I'm 62 and I'm a retired social worker.
Hi, I'm Graham, I'm 60, I'm a retired podiatrist.
Hi, I'm Sue, I'm 59 and I'm a retired manager.
Hi, I'm Alif, I'm 61 and I'm a retired community paediatrician.
So, Lynn and team, welcome.
Thank you very much.
I've got to ask you about Carcassonne, of course.
Yes.
Is that played with balls or a net or what? I don't know.
Could be an interesting development, but it's actually played with small tiles that you take turns to lay. And as you lay the tiles, you develop a network of roads and towns and pastures and score points from those. There is an element of luck in it, but the reason we like it is you can use a lot of strategy.
Did you all meet through Carcassonne or did you all discover it together?
No, we're all Morris dancers or ex-Morris
Morris dancers as well, OK.
Yeah, border Morris dancers.
Gosh, you've got everything going here. This is... And the next question will trigger an even greater revelation. But I have to crack on with the game. And I tell you, I'm sorry, every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our challengers. However, if they fail to defeat the Eggheads, the prize money rolls over to the next show. So, Carcassonne Crackers, the Eggheads have won the last 2 games, which means £3,000 says you can't beat them today. Lynn and team, are you ready to try?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought you were. The first head-to-head battle is on the subject of music. Who would like
that's
this?
Me.
Oh, it's Lynn, OK.
Yes.
Against which Egghead, Lynn?
Right.
Barry or Kevin?
I was going to say possibly Barry.
Right. Barry.
Barry, did you get music last time?
Yes, I have a chance to redeem myself.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
He got it last
Shows you
time.
well.
Yeah, a bit of a confidence problem over here. You may be in luck. So, Lynn from the Carcassonne Crackers against Barry from the Eggheads on music. Please go to the question room now. Well, music's a good subject for you, Lynn.
Quite good. I love music, but the trouble is I can't remember facts and dates, so I'll do my best.
Lynn, would you like the first or second set of questions?
I'd like the first set, please.
Here we go. Good luck. According to the International Federation of the Phonographic Industry, whose album topped the global albums chart with 8.3 million sales in 2012? Was it Cheryl Cole, Jessie J or Adele?
Cheryl Cole is on a lot of quiz programmes, but I don't think she's quite as successful with her singing. Jessie J is very successful, but I would have thought, as she's won awards recently, that Adele would be the person. Adele.
Adele is the right answer. Well done. OK, Barry, your question. According to the lyrics of Perry Como's song Catch a Falling Star, what should you do with a star once you've caught it? Plant it in the garden, put it in your pocket, or send it to the snowman?
Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket, save it for a rainy day. And that's as much as I can go. Which, unfortunately, oh, just put it in your pocket, of course, in the middle.
Brilliant, Barry. Absolutely brilliant. And that, if we cut that out and put it on YouTube, it would go viral, that clip. I've no doubt. Put it in your pocket is the right answer. OK, here we go. Lynn, let's see if you're dealing with a falling star here. What term is used to refer to the 2 numbers, one on top of the other, written at the start of a piece of music to show how many beats there are in a bar? Is it the timestamp, time signature, or time score?
Well, the time stamp, I've never heard of that in music at all. And I'm not a great musician, but I know a little bit. The time score is the whole piece of music. So I think the answer must be time signature.
Time signature is the right answer. 2 out of 2, they're playing well. Okay, Barry, see if you get this. Who had a UK hit single in 1979 with Lucky Number? Is it Nina Hagen, Lena Lovitch, or Tina Charles?
Goodness me. I've never heard of that. Lucky Number. It's a bad way to choose, but the only name that I've heard of those three is Lena Lovitch, so I shall go for Lena Lovitch.
Well, you haven't heard of the other two?
Afraid not.
She's the most obscure one. How strange, but you're right, Lena Lovitch it is. That's really strange.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't deserve that one.
Lena Lovitch is the right answer. Goodness knows how he got that, Lynn. No justice. Okay, your third question. Of which of Mahler's works did Benjamin Britten remark that its final chord was imprinted on the atmosphere? Is that Songs of a Wayfarer, Song of Lamentation, or the Song of the Earth?
I don't know this, but I'm looking to see which one would possibly be more haunting or more memorable. I don't think it's going to be Songs of a Wayfarer. The atmosphere. I'm going to choose Song of Lamentation.
You know this, Barry?
I thought it was Song of the Earth.
It is Song of the Earth.
Oh!
So your question, Barry, will give you a place in the final round if you get it right. Gardens in the Rain is a 1903 piano work by which composer? Claude Debussy, Edward Elgar, or Richard Strauss?
Oh, I can hear it playing in my head, and I absolutely love this composer. I believe it was Claude Debussy.
Do you think he's right, Lynn?
I'm sure he's right.
Yes, it is Claude Debussy. Barry, well done, 3 out of 3. So you're in the final. Lynn, sorry you were beaten by our Egghead, and as a result, you will not be able to help your team in the final round. Lynn and Barry, please come back, rejoin your teammates. So as it stands, the Carcassonne Crackers have lost 1 brain from the final round, whilst the Eggheads have not lost any so far. Plenty of time to play still. The next subject for you is science. Who would like science?
That'll be me
That'll
then,
be
Jeremy.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Graham, okay. Any Eggheads?
Who would you like to
Except, obviously, for Barry.
Would you like to play
Or
Pat or
I have-
Kevin?
I know
It'd be
nothing
good
of Pat,
very good
so.
to knock out, or well, they all would actually. Who do you fancy playing yourself?
I don't know about Pat, so I'll take Pat.
You
Pat,
right,
I'll,
Pat.
Partner you for this dance. if I
He's
may.
fantastic at science, aren't you, Graham?
Maybe.
Don't you
Depends
give
what
in the big
depends.
build-up. That's always dangerous. Okay, Graham from the Carcassonne Crackers against Pat on science. And to ensure there's no conferring, please go to the question room. Okay, on science, Graham, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first, Jeremy. I'd like to put the pressure on.
Here we go, good luck. Written in 1979, VisiCalc is considered to be the first example of what type of computer program? Is it photo editor, spreadsheet, or web browser?
I doubt it'll be spreadsheet or web browser because I think they're more general. The photo editor, I think, is a what's the word I'm looking for? I think that's a program. So I shall go for photo editor, Jeremy, please.
I can hear the Eggheads moaning over here. What does that mean, you're moaning?
Spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's a spreadsheet,
Oh
Graham.
dear.
So spreadsheet is the answer. Pat, over to you. In the late 1800s, the German Wilhelm Maybach was an important figure in the development of what? Is it automobiles, lighthouses, or typewriters?
I think he was a business partner in the early days of Mercedes, and he invented a carburetor. And Mercedes in the 20th century produced a super luxury limousine called a Maybach. So it's automobiles.
Automobiles is the right answer. Well done, Pat. Back to you, Graham. Searle, corn, Lapland, reed, and snow are all types of which bird? Graham, is it bunting, thrush, or kingfisher?
This one I know, I think it's bunting, Jeremy.
Bunting is the right answer. And I know you do a lot of, you like to do a lot of walking, don't you?
I do, yes, yes.
So you stay close to nature.
I've probably seen 3 out of the 4 of those.
Okay, so here we go. Pat's second question. To take the lead, in medicine, what is the term for the class of drugs that act as a stimulant on the central nervous system? Are they antipyretics, analeptics, or anxiolytics?
not sure I've heard of this. Antipyretics are drugs which aim to bring down your body temperature. So I think I can eliminate that. Well, lepsy generally refers to sleep, narcolepsy and catalepsy. So if you were stimulating the nervous system, presumably you'd be trying to prevent somebody from being in a state of torpor. So that's a candidate. I don't know much about anxiolytics. I think I'll go for the middle one, please.
Interesting answer. Eggheads, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, sounds okay.
Yeah, on the lepsy basis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Anna, which is it's breaking it down into its
Anna
components.
means what? Against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So against lepsy.
Or without.
Well, you had enough to get the right answer there, Pat. Well done. It is indeed analeptics. They play well, don't they, these eggheads?
They
Is
do,
it just
very
enough?
clever.
Graham, you've got to get this answer right.
Absolutely, yeah.
The cardia is an opening in the human body that forms part of which system? Is it digestive, endocrine, or reproductive?
Cardia. I don't think it's reproductive. The endocrine system hasn't really got an opening, so I think I'll go for the digestive system, Jeremy.
Well done, it is digestive. Well done indeed. Okay, so Pat, if you get this one right, you're in the final. Which element of the periodic table takes its name from the Greek for artificial? Is it neodymium, borium, or technetium?
Neodymium, I think, is it named after a Greek god? No, maybe not. No. Borium is named after a person, Niels Bohr. The answer is technetium.
And how do we get from technetium to artificial, out of interest?
Oh, technology, I presume. It's the same sort of route.
Aha. Technetium is the right answer. Well done, Pat. You've taken the round. Sorry, Graham, you were beaten by our eggheads. But only just.
Only just.
Please, both of you, come back and rejoin your teams. So the Carcassonne Crackers have lost 2 brains from the final round. The Eggheads have not lost a brain so far. The next subject for you is arts and books.
Yes. Well, Ailif, you need to choose who. Ailif's going to do this.
Ailif, okay.
Ailif, who would you like? Who do you think, Sue? Who would you recommend for arts and books?
Not Judith.
Not Judith.
Not Judith. So
Chris.
one of the other men.
Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
What do you think?
Chris, yes.
Okay. I'd like to choose Chris, please.
Great stuff. Ailif from the Carcassonne Crackers versus Chris.
Oh, all right.
Happy with that? No choice.
Well, no choice, have I, really? But yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
Please go to the question room now. Ailif, would you like to go first or second?
I'd like to go first, please.
Here we go. Your first question. Ailif, what is the French title of the 1831 novel, usually known in English as The Hunchback of Notre Dame? Is it Notre Dame de Paris, Le Vieil Homme et la Mer, or Notre Amie Commune?
The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Well, Notre Amie Commune is more about community and the friend rather, and the Hunchback was not really seen as a friend. Alternatively, he could have been the old man of the but Mary's Sea, and Notre Dame of Paris. I'll perhaps go for the middle one.
For the middle one?
Yep.
Okay, no, it's not. I thought you were ruling that out. No C.
Oh yeah, no C. That's right. Yes, I was really. I didn't follow my logical thinking.
Sorry, you had
did I?
I could tell you just had a moment of panic there. Yeah, Notre Dame de Paris. It was Notre Dame de Paris. Okay, Chris. Inspector G. Lestrade appears in stories alongside which fictional character? Is it Sherlock Holmes, Harry Potter, or Robert Langdon?
Well, he's not exactly the comic relief, but he is the butt of his sarcasm sometimes. He appears alongside Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes is the right answer. Okay, Ailif, take your time here. The Vorticist art movement of the 1910s was primarily influenced by which other movement? Pop art, abstract expressionism, or futurism?
Well, 1910, I don't think pop art would really have been thought in those terms. I think that comes at a later age. And similarly, futurism. And I think 1910 was around the time of the Expressionists and painters and stuff like that, so I'll go again for the middle one.
Let me see if the Eggheads know this.
Futurism.
Futurism is the correct answer. So, Chris, if you get this one right, you're in the final round. Which playwright and actor was widely known as the Master? Was it John Osborne, Noel Coward, or Harold Pinter?
That was Noel Coward, dear boy. Noel Coward.
Noel Coward is the right answer. Chris, well done. You've got your place in the final. I know you panicked on the first one, Alif. Don't worry. I'm sorry you've been knocked out by Chris. Please, both of you, return to your teams and we'll play on. OK, as it stands, the Carcassonne Crackers have lost 3 brains from the final round, whilst the Eggheads have not lost a brain, and the next subject for you is sport. Is that good?
So would you like to do that?
I think you better.
Yeah,
I think
okay, I'll
there's a
do
chance
it.
of winning it in the right
Okay,
hand.
I'll do it. Yeah.
OK, Rich,
Okay.
Rich,
choose
so who
an
are you going to
Egghead,
choose?
Judith or Kevin?
It's Judith.
Straight
There's a
away.
notable sigh here.
Don't feel guilty about this.
I don't.
Rich versus Judith from the Eggheads. On sport, please go to the question room now. Rich, would you like to go first or second?
I'd like the first set of questions, please, Jeremy.
Your first question, Rich. Chris Hughes was appointed manager of which Premier League football club in 2012? Is it Liverpool, Chelsea, or Norwich City?
Well, I know that it's not Chelsea and that it's not Liverpool, because I know that Chris is the manager of Norwich City.
You've got it right. Well done. Norwich City it is. OK. I'm glad you didn't get that one, Judith. It would have...
That's the football question out of the way.
It would have made you so angry. Well, we'll see. Rugby union for you. In rugby union, the 2 flankers usually wear jerseys with the number 6. And which other number? 5, 7, or 8?
6 and 8. There's somebody in the middle. I think it's 8.
You've given 8. 8 is wrong. 7 is right. You see why every time someone chooses Judith for sport, I begin to tremble. OK. Rich, the snooker player Steve Davis won his last world title in which year? 1989, 1992, or 1995?
Yes, I'm not too sure about this one, Jeremy. I think 1995 is much too late for his final title. I think I'm going to go for 1992, Jeremy.
Yeah, I would have done as well, and I like snooker, but it's wrong. It's 89. 1989. OK, Judith. In which sport is leg theory a controversial strategy? Is that bobsledding, cricket, or figure skating?
Leg theory. Well, in cricket, there's mention of legs. Leg off and leg by and leg this, that, and the other. Bobsledding, I suppose you kind of fend off with legs. And figure skating, you make figures with your legs. So it could be any of them. No idea. Leg theory. There are an awful lot of theories and discussion about statistics, etc., with cricket. So they've got to talk about something for the 3 days or the 5 days or whatever it is. So I think it might be cricket.
Cricket is the right answer. OK, so back we go to Rich. I'm sorry you can't shake her off. During the 1960s and 70s, the New Zealander, Chris Amon, was a well-regarded competitor in which sport? Is it Formula 1, swimming, or tennis?
Right. Well, I know there was, I think, a New Zealand tennis player, and I think that he might have been Chris Lewis. So I don't think that it's tennis. I think I'm going to go for swimming.
Now, let me see what the Carcassonnes think about that. Do you think that's right?
I think it's right.
You think it's right?
Leaning towards swimming.
I don't know.
Shall I check with the eggs, or is that too painful? Eggs?
I was tempted by Formula One myself, but
Why Kevin rarely gets it wrong. Formula One is the right answer. So, amazingly, no, sorry, I didn't use that word.
Yeah.
So, fittingly, after her doughty battling in this round, Judith has a chance to go through to the final on sport. In his later years, the golfer Willie Park Jr., who twice won the Open, had a significant career as what? Coach, caddy, or course designer?
He sounds American. Well, a lot of the most successful ones become course designers. So I'll say course designer.
Judith, you're through to the final. Course designer is the right answer. Sorry, Rich.
Oh, well, that's
I know that's painful.
Yes.
And no football questions for you, Judith. Maybe that was what made the difference.
Yes, well, one football question per round is enough.
So Judith will be in the final. Rich won't. Please come back and rejoin your teams, and we will play that final round. So this is what we have been playing towards. It is time for the final round, which, as always, is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So Lynn, Rich, Graham and Aleph from the Carcassonne Crackers. Sorry, but would you please leave the studio? Sue, you are playing to win the Carcassonne Crackers £3,000. Chris, Barry, Pat, Judith and Kevin, you're playing for something that money can't buy, which is the Eggheads' very precious reputation. As usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time the questions are all general knowledge and you are allowed to confer. So Sue, the question is your one brain able to overwhelm the Eggheads 5? And it can be done. We have seen it done. And they're all nodding behind you as well.
I'm sure they are.
Do you want to go first or second?
I'd like to go first, please, Jeremy.
Here we go, good luck. During the 1980s, who acquired the nickname King Arthur? Was that Arthur Scargill, Arthur Miller, or Arthur Mullard?
We're looking at the 3 alternatives. I don't think it was Arthur Miller, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't Arthur Mullard, who I think was a comedian, so my answer is Arthur Scargill.
King Arthur was indeed Arthur Scargill. Well done. Well done. OK, Eggheads. Which of these is slang for rough, uninhabited backcountry? Boondocks, Braddocks, or Bloodlocks?
Boondocks. Boondocks, yeah. Those. Yeah. Those are the Boondocks, Jeremy.
The Boondocks is the right answer. 1 each. Come on, Sue. Your second question. In 2004, Gillian Wright took on the role of which member of the Slater family in EastEnders? Was it Stacey, Kat, or Jean?
Well, I haven't seen EastEnders for many years, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't Kat. And I also don't think it was Stacey, so I'm going to say Jean.
Let's go to our EastEnders correspondent, Judith.
Yes, I think it is.
Jean is the right answer. 2 out of 2, and they're loving it backstage. Eggheads, traditionally worn by Mexican women, what is a rebozo? Shoe, scarf, or skirt?
I think it's that type of patterned scarf that they wear. They put around their heads and.
That was my first guess. I don't think it's a shoe.
It's not a. I'm sure it's not a shoe.
No, not that part of Mexico where they wore those things.
My only slight worry is about skirt, but I think it's the colourful
Scarf.
Scarf.
Well, they did seem to wear a lot when I was there, but it was certainly not a shoe. I don't think there was a term for skirt. No, I'm happy with scarf.
Well, that's instinctively, I thought scarf.
Scarf, yeah.
But on no knowledge.
Right.
So.
Okay. Are we happy with that?
No, we'll just hope for the best.
Not 100% certain on this, Jeremy. We think it's the scarf that you see them, or like a kind of shawl, almost.
Scarf is the right answer. Were they struggling there, do you think?
No, not really.
No, I know. I was sort of hoping they were, but
they never
knowing
struggle.
they weren't. Well, they do sometimes.
Okay.
Okay, so you get this one right. There's a bit of pressure on them. If they get theirs wrong, you've won. The word ambulance is derived from a French word, meaning what? Carrying, hurrying, or walking?
I'll just take this a bit slowly, because I think I do know the answer to this one. Just make sure I don't say the wrong thing. I think it's the French for walking.
Walking is your answer. It's a tricky one because you think, well, they go at speed, but walking is right. Well done. You got 3 out of 3 in the final round. Eggheads. Oh, we've been here before. How we like to see you sweat. Here's your question. Introduced by a 1997 Act of Parliament, the road crossings that use sensors to detect pedestrians are known as what? Peacock crossings, puffin crossings, or parrot crossings?
I've heard of puffin crossings.
Puffing crossings.
It's the only one of those three that I've heard of.
Not heard of peacocks or parrots. I've heard of puffing.
The only ones I've heard of is puffin, but that doesn't. I don't know what the what the origin of it is. So.
I haven't heard of
Seems
peacock.
to be the only ones we've all heard of.
I've heard of puffin, same as you.
Okay.
So I think probably then, if we haven't heard of the other two, I think we've probably got to go for it, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we happy with that?
Yeah, happy.
We don't actually know it, but we have heard of puffin crossings, whereas we haven't heard of the other two, so we'll have to go for puffin crossings.
If you have this wrong, the game is over. But you're right. Puffin crossings it is. 3 out of 3 for both, so we go to sudden death. Well, you've done really well, Sue, so far. A bit harder now because I don't give you alternative answers, okay? During World War I, the Canadian city of Berlin changed its name to what because of anti-German sentiment?
Well, I don't know the answer to this, so I'm going to have to take a complete guess. I'm just trying to think of a city that it might be. Berlin, World War I. I'm just trying to think of somebody who was in World War I that the name might have been given. I'll say Montgomery.
Interesting guess. Anyone know?
Don't know, London?
There is a city called London, Ontario.
There's a city
Kevin-
called Kitchener, Ontario,
Kevin
as well.
said it, yeah.
What was it?
Kitchener.
Kitchener.
Oh no, I would.
He is your country needs you, isn't he?
That's
Yes.
the one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got that one wrong. It's Kitchener. And Eggheads, you have a chance to take the contest. Well fought in the final round. See what happens now. In the 1960s, James Corrigan and Peter Fleming co-founded a famous variety club in which West Yorkshire town?
It's the Batley Variety Club, surely. Batley.
Batley.
Hmm.
Okay. Batley. Right. Okay, our Yorkshire correspondent says it's Batley.
Yeah, Batley is the right answer. I wanted to delay saying that to make you sweat, but the trouble is, you knew Barry was never going to get that one wrong. So we have to say congratulations, Eggheads, you have won. See, you played really well.
Thank you.
3 correct questions, solo player, you take the contest. So you did more than enough, but
Thank
on
you.
this occasion, it was blooming Barry and Batley who just, as I say, the chance of getting that one past Barry was impossible.
It's less of the alliteration, though.
So commiserations to you and your brilliant team of Morris dancing Carcassonne players. It's been great fun. The Eggheads have done what comes naturally to them, and they still reign supreme over Quizland. I'm afraid that means you won't be going home with the £3,000, so the money rolls over to our next show. Eggheads, congratulations. Who will beat you? Join us next time to see if a new team of challengers have the brains to defeat the Eggheads. £4,000 says they don't. Till then, goodbye.